I'm sure you've seen this kind of picture where they'll test the strength of a bull to pull a heavy weight, and it is such and such. But then if you double that and put two bulls on it, they can definitely pull it. In fact, they can pull more. And there's this idea of synergy, that when we are working together with other people, we tend to perform better than just the increase in manpower. There's actually a benefit of working well together. But it does require that those people work well together. That there needs to be a combination of two different factors. There needs to be both trust and cooperation. If trust and cooperation are both fairly low, then we tend to get defensive. We just sort of think in terms of win-win, or in terms of win-lose or lose-win. We tend to not be ready to open up to the other person, and so we're not really willing to be working closely with them. But as we start to open up, as we start to trust them more and cooperate more with them, relationships can move to being much more respectful, and in which case there tends to be more compromise in how we work together. But actually, as good team leaders, where we're trying to get to is to go further still, where there's real trust and real cooperation, and then there is a synergistic relationship where both sides are looking to make sure that this is a win-win scenario. Now, of course, this synergy, it comes from having multiple people working together on the same target, on the same objectives. But that doesn't mean that we necessarily want the people to always be in complete harmony with all of their decision making and thinking and so on. Because if you have two people and basically they say the same thing, one person says X, Y, and Z, and the other person just says, I agree, then actually this person is redundant. They're not actually needed because, they're not bringing anything new. What we know as being a powerful team is where you have a whole bunch of different people and different personalities who are bringing different strengths and who recognize their differences and accommodate them. The problem is that sometimes when we're working together in teams, we tend to head towards having teams that look much more like ourselves and who have a lot less variation than we really anticipate. And it's not always a deliberate thing, but sometimes it ends up that our team tends to look increasingly like the leader if the leader behaves in certain ways. So we're going to look at that very specifically in another video that's about groupthink. But it's just something to be aware of, that when we are choosing who's on the team and when we're working with the team and developing the team, you're not trying to end up with everybody thinking like you. That is actually a dangerous way to operate.